Are you really buying the Lions as a threat to Philly? Here, where's that top 10 list? Let's look at the NFC teams. 49ers, Lions, Cowboys, Seahawks. So of the 10 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, half. Are those the only 5 teams you think really have a true chance of winning the NFC Championship? Seahawks, Cowboys, Lions, 49ers, and Eagles. By the way, the reason I say this, an injury here, an injury there, could shift the balance of power in 1 week. See, you sit here today and you go, none of those teams frighten me. You lose Jalen Carter for the year, it would bug you. You would. Okay? You lose Lane Johnson for a significant period of time like San Francisco is. That would impact your decision. Okay? That's how the league, again, what most people in here don't like to hear is that you look at your 7-1 record and you think because here on October 31st that is going to play out on February 1st. It never does. It rarely does. It did a year ago. No question. No question. Do you know what was the most impactful thing that happened to Philadelphia last year? You didn't get hurt. The guys you started the season with started the Super Bowl. That's unheard of. Shit, the entire season of the Jets was put in jeopardy 72 seconds into the season. That's how quick this league changes. And that's why I keep telling you that every week is a different storyline for the National Football League. And all of you know this. So the 7-1, the 24-2, all of that. It's great today. No question about it. By the way, don't forget Jimmy Johnson, 5:30 Eastern. He will join us. Absolutely. Okay. We're going to look also at week 9 of the National Football League at the top of the hour. Before JJ, I'm going to do the top 10 NFL quarterbacks. We do this on a weekly basis. And I'm going to give you my top 10 NFL quarterbacks right now. Some of you will be shocked. Here, and for the record, my top 10 NFL teams. Bills 10. I fear the 49ers D-line. They are better than us. Across the board, they are. Their linebackers are better. Their secondary's better. They're a better unit. And see, people will go, we're 7-1, they're 5-3. That doesn't mean you're a better defense. The Jets the Jets are a good unit. They're just on the field all day. The 49ers have a better – wait, you do agree the 49ers have a better defense, right? Than the Eagles. Sam Howell just threw 400 yards on you. Zach Wilson beat you. I mean, the 49ers have lost in consecutive weeks to Kirk Cousins, who had his career night. Lost to the number 1 defense in the NFL in Cleveland, and lost to Joe Burrow, who's been to 2 AFC championship games in back-to-back years. That's not chicken shit stuff there. Those are not bad teams. That's not bad teams. Those are good football teams that if you have any deficiency, and once again, I love how people go like this. Dude, they've had a 3-game losing streak. So would you be if you lost Lane Johnson and A.J. Brown for a couple weeks. So would you. The Eagles would go on a 3-game losing streak. You know why we know this? Look at the record without Lane. It speaks to the history of Lane not being there. Does it not? When Lane is not in the starting lineup, the Eagles are a completely different football team. But and Real goes, but we didn't. That's right. No question. We have to see how this thing plays out yet. Hey, on October 31st, you're the best football team, I think, in the NFL. Do I think that you'll be that in February? I don't know how the health issue is going to play out. Here's the thing now that you haven't made any deals. You're not deep at edge rusher. You're not deep at corner. Your safeties aren't very good. Your linebackers can't cover. And you're trying to get this other – you play a kid who does not deserve to be on the field. I would stick with Morrow and Cunningham. But for whatever reason, a general manager is part of a coaching staff that he has no right being on. Howie Roseman has no right to have any decision on who plays on Sundays, yet he does. And the only way that you know that, Nakobe Dean getting playing time is a joke. They targeted him. You guys go, we had a couple of nice run fits. Yeah, but this is a passing league. So that means 70% of the time you're almost a nickel. So 70% of the time they're throwing the ball in this league, which means he's on the field. He does not deserve to be on the field. Seals, would you prefer Allen, Diggs, or Hurts and Antonio? Boy, that's a great question. Young opposite Bose is scary. Hey, Anton, don't forget Randy Gregory's out there too now. And you got Armstead and Hardgrave in the middle and Warner behind him. Seals, would you prefer Stefon Diggs, Josh Allen, or Hurts and A.J. Brown? Allen's the better passer. Hurts is the better decision maker. Eagles 6th in sacks, 49ers 19th. That D-line special. Oh, you're right. Warriors. You're right. Your defense is better than San Francisco's. Even though you get crushed by people like Zach Wilson and Sam Howell. Okay. And Mac Jones. Mac Jones threw for 316 yards on you. Come on, dude. That's a great question. Wow. Josh Allen or Stefon Diggs or AJ and Hurts. I don't know. I would take Allen over Hurts. But I would never take AJ over Diggs. And I don't think it's as significant I would take Allen over Hurts. So to me, the duo is closer for Hurts and Brown. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I would take Josh Allen and it's by a mile. But I would take AJ by a mile over Diggs. So I would probably. Josh Allen only has 25 more passing yards. Dude, stick with your guy. It's all good. I'm a Josh Allen fan. He's your guy. Go ahead. I'm going to play with Josh Allen. That's a quarterback I want. That's a quarterback that everyone in the league outside of Philly knows is better than him. You're the only ones. It's okay. Only people in Philly think he's better than him. He's not. He doesn't throw a better pass. He's not a better passer. That is not true. And Jalen's finding that out now with his turnovers. He's finding that out now with the high turnovers. Your guy's got 11 turnovers in 8 ball games. Welcome to the Josh Allen family. Welcome to the Patrick Mahomes family, Jalen. About time you took a chair at the table. Instead of throwing the ball 400 times, these guys throw the ball 650 times a year, 250 times more, 200 times more than your guy. Now Jalen's doing that. Do you think there's a reason why he's turning the ball over more? By the way, you know what's crazy about all you say about Allen? Allen is in position right now to host home field in the AFC. Do you understand that? His team is in position to be the team to host the AFC title game in Buffalo. Buffalo's got a huge game. They played the Bengals this weekend. What a game that's going to be. Look at that. You got Buffalo and Cincy this weekend in Cincinnati. That could be for home field advantage because Cincinnati beats Buffalo. They're totally back in this thing. They're totally back in it. Okay? Here are my quarterbacks for the week. My top 10 NFL quarterbacks. Number 10. Guys had a really good season. Poor stretch. I got Brock Purdy down here. Let's take a look at Brock Purdy's season so far. I know you guys want to take a look only and dissect like you do with Nick Sirianni's 24-2 thing instead of the 2-5 start. I know many of you like cutting things up and making it fit your narrative. So let's take a look at Brock Purdy stats and how well he's played this year. Let's take a look at this and see how he's done since you guys think he sucks and he's not having a good year. So Purdy so far on the season, completing 65.5%. He is, let's see here. 68.3%. He's got 2,033 yards. He's got 12 touchdowns and 5 picks. And he's got a quarterback rating right now of 105.4. I'll take that all night. So this guy's on pace. Let me get this right. In 8 games, he's on pace for 4,000 passing yards. He's on pace for 25 touchdowns, 10 picks, and a 104. What else do you want from him? That's what your guy's going to do. More passing yards, but more turnovers. You're making it sound like Jalen Hurts is having a better season than Brock Purdy. Again, that 7-1 record's a team record, not a Jalen Hurts record. I will say this, though. He's struggling with not having – I think he's struggling more with not having Trent Williams in there. Okay? Number 9, I got to put Burrow in here. He is just getting better and better and better. It's probably healthier and healthier each and every single week. He's getting healthier. I got him at 9. You know, I got to say this about Prescott. Dak's on pace for 4,000 passing yards, 24 TDs, 12 interceptions, 98 quarterback ratings. He's completing 71% of his passes. Dak's having a good year, man. You got to give it to him. He's at 8. He's not having a horrible year. Jared Goff is insane. What is Jared Goff's numbers? I can't believe what I'm watching with him. I just cannot believe how Jared Goff's stats. I can't believe how well he's playing. What was he last night? 272, a touchdown and a pick. Vegas could have won that game last night. Look at Jared Goff and the numbers he's putting up. Look at this. So he's completing at 68.3. He's got 2,100 passing yards. He's got 12 touchdowns and 5 picks. I mean, he's having a really good season. And he's on pace for 4,200 passing yards. He's 6-2, 2174. Look at how many years Jared Goff. Hey, if I told you this, hey, Tone, check this out. Everyone, check this out here. So this guy's thrown for 46-88 and 32 touchdowns and 12 picks. 46-38, 32 touchdowns and 15 picks. 4,052, 20 touchdowns and 13 picks. 44-38 a year ago, 29 touchdowns and 7 picks. That's a bad career. Jared Goff is slowly putting together. He's going to go over 30,000 passing yards in only 8 years playing in the league. Jared Goff has played 8 years. This is his 8th year. And he's going to go over 30,000 passing yards. To put that in context, I think McNabb in his entire career threw the ball for 36,000 yards. I think he played 15, 16 years. And half the time of what McNabb did, I get it, different league. But supposedly Goff sucked. Supposedly he sucked. This guy's going to throw for 60,000 yards in his career. Crazy to look at him now and go, you know, when he came out of Cal, I saw nothing that I enjoyed about it. Nothing. Okay? I got Tua at 6. I got Trevor Lawrence at 5. I've got Jalen Hurts at 4. I got Allen at 3. Mahomes at 2. And the guy who I think's playing MVP ball right now is Lamar Jackson. 10 is Purdy. 9 is Burrow. 8 is Dak. 7 is Goff. 6 is Tua. 5 is Lawrence. 4 is Hurts. Last week, by the way, CBS had Hurts 8th. I had him 6th. He's 4th this week. He's moving up. Okay? He's moving up. Okay? I got Allen 3. Who wins the cricket championship tonight? Can you eat it? Lamar's having a great year. I got him right now. Those would be Allen not better. Okay, Eagle fan, you take him and I'll take Josh Allen. Josh Allen is better. It's just, hey, we'll agree to disagree. Okay? You think he's better, I don't. Josh Allen has one guy on that team up there and carries that unit. You see what happens with Purdy when you take a couple components off the team. He can't carry it. Allen carries that franchise on his back, literally. There's no running game. They signed Fournette. That probably helped. But there's nothing there. He's doing what Mahomes is doing in Kansas City. He's got Kelsey. He's got Diggs. It has no one else. There's nothing else on that Buffalo Bills team that makes anyone look as a coordinator and go, wow. And I know people will do this. You know, some people don't like that conversation. Really? So you think really that Jalen Hurts has the same ability as a guy when you have a Pro Bowler at every position on the Eagles offense and he doesn't, he has 1. Seriously. How do you justify that when you make that comment? Both your offensive tackles are legitimate Pro Bowlers. Your left guard's a Pro Bowler. Your center's a Hall of Famer. Your 2 wide receivers are 1,000-yard pass catchers. One's on a historic run. The other will probably be a Pro Bowler. Your tight end's a Pro Bowler. Your quarterback is a Pro Bowler. In Buffalo, you have one guy and a quarterback. But hey, it's equal. That's a joke. That's why Buffalo in Kansas City. That's why those guys, when they have quarterbacks like that, they don't have to spend a ton of money on running backs. They don't have to spend a ton of money on tight ends. They don't have to spend a ton of money on offensive linemen. They don't have to. Can you imagine this? Look at the money that they spend to give Jalen Hurts the opportunity to win a Super Bowl. Both your offensive tackles are $30 million. Your wide receiver's a $25 million guy, right? You just paid your quarterback $50. You got a tight end, it's $15 million. They ain't got none of that shit in Buffalo or Kansas City. We're going to find a little bit of that out about Joe Burrow when they started paying him now. Those of us who grew up in the 90s watching the Eagles hate the Cowboys. Sorry, I'm behind and watching. That's all good. It's a great rivalry. Jimmy Johnson's going to be with us at 5:30 Eastern. Okay? Jalen wins are a team sport. Also, Sills, Josh Allen's wins are not a team sport. Sure. He went 13-3 last year. I don't know. In a tougher AFC. When you've got to go, hey, get this. I love LJ. LJ goes through Daniel Jones and Christian McCaffrey at quarterback in the playoffs. And Josh Allen's got to go through Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar Jackson. I mean, it's a different world there, guys. That's a different gauntlet. Okay? That's a different gauntlet than playing against Christian McCaffrey and Daniel Jones. Yeah, not that hard a road to the Super Bowl when you get into the playoffs last year in the NFC. The Giants and the Niners. And the Niners, not too bad a job again. They got their quarterback taken out by a great play by your defensive guy. It's all good. All good, man. Whatever, dude. Once again, JoJo, you take Hurts. I will never build my team around Jalen Hurts. I'll build it around Josh Allen. It's just a style. Don't get bent. Don't get bent over it. It's okay. Jalen's everything you guys want. Perfect. That's the style they want to win games with. No problem. Do I think they win with a Super Bowl with him? I do not. But hey, we'll see. I might be wrong. I hope in a way I am. I would not want you to have spent all that equity and not win and validate all those 24-2s and 7-1s. Because it'll be the biggest disappointment in the history of the Eagle franchise. This will be a bigger disappointing run than Andy Reid's run if you don't win a Super Bowl. That's the pressure you have on this run. You know, it's almost like the Chargers back in the day. They couldn't do anything with Dan Fouts, and they couldn't do anything with Phillip Rivers. They went to the Super Bowl with Stan Humphries. You went to the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback and the best substitute teacher of all time. Okay? Buffalo went 14-3, not Josh Allen. Whatever. Hey, guys, again, you can do whatever you want, and you can try justifying telling me that you think that there's the same amount of talent in Buffalo as there is in Philly. I'll tell you what, I'll ask Jimmy Johnson who he thinks a better quarterback is. Okay, we'll ask him. And he's got no ties to both places. Okay, we'll ask him. I'll even ask him what he thinks of Jalen's growth. Is that fair? Hey, 24-2. It's probably going to get you home field if Detroit doesn't hold it off. Detroit could end up getting that. Okay? JoJo goes, Sills, you talk too much. Take a break. Dude, I can't help it that you don't like the fact that I don't like that style of play. How about this? Would I want Lamar Jackson as my starting quarterback? No. I don't really have to justify it, but I wouldn't want him. Now, he's throwing the ball better, but he's not a better passer than that guy in Buffalo. Not at all. And they're trying to put as many weapons around him as they can now. Like they're trying to duplicate what they're doing in Philly for him. Right there in a nutshell is the perfect comment Latin Inferno is exactly right. Allen is a better talent, but makes poor decisions. Absolutely true. Absolutely no question about it. That's why it's close. If Allen made better decisions, it wouldn't be close. Does he get better doing his problem's not talent, working on his accuracy. None of that. It's working on his game. Did you see Michael Parsons begging Cowboy fans to show up at the link because he thinks they can make it a home game? Now, that is once again a delusional dude. So the Cowboy guy and biggest cheerleader thinks that he's going to turn Lincoln Financial into Cowboys, Arlington's South or West or East. That is what he must get this. What an insult to you guys. Michael Parsons just took a shit on Eagle fans. Michael Parsons thinks that you're the Charger fans. That's how I would take that. There's only one stadium in the NFL that's the biggest disgrace. That's SoFi Stadium, where you can go into that building at any time and turn it into your home crowd. You will hey, dude, here's the places you could never do that to. You could never do that in Buffalo. You could never do that in Philadelphia. I don't think you could do that in Pittsburgh or Green Bay. I think you could do that shit in definitely I don't know if you could, probably Las Vegas. Okay? You can't do that in Philly. You think you're going to turn Lincoln? Hey, Michael Parsons says that, get this, that he thinks Cowboy fans are more supportive of his team than the Eagle fans are. And I will say this to you. You know how I feel about you guys. That couldn't be further from the truth. That is way off the base. Hey, I could actually see them not selling tickets to Cowboy fans. Hey, Tone, am I right? Could you actually see a ticket agent or someone at the front with a guy walking up to the gate with a Cowboy jersey on and that guy not serving him and the guy behind him with an Eagle gear? The guy goes, sorry, we're out of tickets. No, you're not. And then the guy leaves and the guy goes, yeah, I got tickets. And the guy walks back. How come you said we're out of tickets? I'm not selling them to you. Tone goes like this. We put up clothes for lunch. Dude, that guy's so stupid. He really is. Michael Parsons is stupid. He's just a stupid dude. He's stupid. Eagles are one of, if not the best traveling teams. But Micah thinks the Cowboys will make our home turf Cowboys home game. And let's ask Jimmy Johnson that at 5:30 if they thought they could do that anytime during his time coaching the Cowboys. Oh, my God. Michael Irvin said the toughest place he's ever played is Philadelphia. And that includes that place in Gainesville, the Crocodile School. And that Crocodile School is a tough place to play. Okay? The Crocodile School has a very tough place to play. Roseman's old place. All right, let me ask you this. Are you disappointed that Roseman didn't make a move? Do you think it'll cost you? Do you think it'll cost you? I happen to agree with you, Trucker. I think the Cowboys are overrated. I'll ask Jimmy that too for you. Does a lack of a move, that's right, like Tone said, the buyer deal a week ago, you probably got him cheaper. Howie probably looks at it just like that. Hey, I got what I needed. I think that kid Johnson, I think the Bears wanted the King's ransom for him, and the teams were not going to give it up in midseason. They were not going to give up a 2 for the kid. No way. They were not going to do that. Okay? They were not going to. That was a great play by Julio. They were just not – to me, I think the asking price was too high. We just got our homework done early. That's all. No need for Eagles or fans to pan. No, they weren't going to because, again, I'm not giving a 2 up either for that kid. I would have given you a 3 and maybe a player. I would have given you Derek. Hey, I'm pretty shocked Derek Barnett's still on the team, but see, they need depth there. They need depth. So, and plus they got guys that are still hurt. They're hoping to come off the IR too. No, we can't have all pros at every position. Shit, the Patriots made a living at that. We have a solid squad and just have to let them play. And to what Tone said, you have to get continuity and you have to get communication. 2 things that are essential in building a defense. It's communication and continuity. We got the best player of all guys dealt, Anton. Byard better than Chase Young. I saw somebody go like this, that in 4 years, Chase Young's got 14 sacks. He missed 2. He missed 2 years. 14 sacks in 2 years? That's not awful. Okay? That's not awful. For an edge rusher, that's not awful. In his first year when he came out of Ohio State as a number 2 overall pick, that guy showed me more talent than Michael Parsons ever did his first year. He's a good player. Now, I do think he's still dealing with that injury, and I don't know if he'll ever get back to being what he was, but he's a good player. That helps San Francisco out big time. That gives the Niners a lot of leverage, man, on depth at the position. Okay, plus he knows the NFC East. Chase is younger, but Byard is healthier. The edge is a premium position, the safety's not. Both deals could be picked apart, but I'll take the healthier guy. But I would also take, remember this too, Tone. That's great when you're looking at the 2 prospects. Okay, the bigger need for that unit is the Eagles getting a safety versus the Niners getting another edge. They just made a trade for Gregory with Denver. So, okay, albeit it's a good move, but is that really an impact move that puts you over the top? Or does the kid from Tennessee solidify your back end and help you more? And was that more of a need between the 2 teams? See, I think the Eagles filled the bigger need than what San Francisco did. Okay, and then that's when you add in, plus he's on the field more. He's a healthier guy, and he's an experienced dude, which, again, you're awful old back there now, though. Okay? You're awful old back there. All right. We're going to look at week 9 of the National Football League before we get into Coach Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson is going to join us at 5:30 Eastern. Please hit the like button. Power Hour coming up. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
Football and Hooters, the perfect